Hello, everyone. Welcome to another day of Easy Allies Reactions. It is Ubisoft Forward. I am Michael Damiani. I am joined by a lot of allies today. We have a lot of people in the house here. How's it going, everybody? Are you ready for some Ubisoft announcements?
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm ready for some football.
You ready for some football? Wow.
Well, it's Sunday.
Which type
Yeah.
of football, though?
Yeah.
American or
Australian.
Okay, good.
So rugby.
So
Yeah, rugby.
Nice.
Actually, is it rugby or is it still soccer?
Rugby's
I'm
just
pretty
a
sure they
different
just
thing.
call soccer football
It's
there
probably
too.
just
Yeah.
soccer. Yeah. I was trying to. I was like, every nation calls soccer football,
I was
but
like, are you messing with me?
I was trying to think of a nation that didn't have either, but I don't know if there
Gotcha.
is one.
So there gonna be some games here. Some games.
Yeah, I'm curious what they're showing in this pre-show. What the heck is going on?
Are these the AI buddies, or did they already do this?
It's something about
you mean
teammates.
No, remember you couldn't bring in teammates in the original,
Mm.
and now I think you can. Or
I remember they said they were
this.
going to add this. I don't know
Yeah.
if this is it.
This is Ghost Recon, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Hey,
the last thing I think.
Ghost
they're showing
Recon,
before.
Operation Save Ghost Recon.
exactly.
Sam Fisher, it'd be really cool if you got a little bit more than
Yeah.
this.
They announced some indie stuff in this pre-show too, or at least I hadn't seen Curious Expedition 2 before. Maybe it had already been announced, but yeah.
I'm not sure. They gave a rundown at the beginning on their little graphic, and most everything else seemed like it was a known something that was already out or known. So
Okay.
I don't think there's too many other announcements during this. I think before this, they were showing Trials Rising, a new season of stuff.
Nice.
We had it
Yeah.
muted, so I don't know. I couldn't tell if they had anything significant, chat, but I mean, it just looked like more new levels. But maybe it's interesting. I didn't hear. But what do you think they're gonna lead off with? Do you think
Splinter Cell. I'm just kidding.
Hubert,
Lead.
Damn it, Hubert.
I think they
It's what I
might,
want.
I think they might go for the Valhalla Redemption, right? Because they didn't really show
Yeah.
gameplay
Oh, yeah.
before, so now I think
yeah.
it's like it's time to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good point. It's either that I feel like or Far Cry 6.
I
just
think
because
Far
of
Cry
everything.
6 is very
Yeah,
likely.
the
Or like
leaks.
Watch
Yeah.
Dogs or something. It's gonna be one of the three big boys for sure.
Yeah, but we also haven't seen a lick of Gods and Monsters since last E3.
Yeah, and it's
Nope.
getting a new
Does that
name,
still
right?
exist?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it leaked on.
been in financial
Stadia
reports and stuff.
for-
They thought naming a game after a failed John Travolta movie wasn't a good idea.
Wait,
That was
did
for
you
you.
build
It
Gods
is-
and Monsters
it
John
is-
Travolta movie?
I think it was called. I
Yeah.
think there's a John Travolta movie called Gods and Monsters. Let me.
That might be
verify.
the most interesting aspect of this conference.
I'm very curious to see more.
It's
of
like
that game.
it's like State of Play. You know, it's like there's always just some weird movie.
Yeah, 1998.
What
You
throws
can't
up the
name
meme.
anything without it not being some D-
Ian
John
McKellen.
Travolta straight to VHS movie.
Damiani, will
Yo.
there be a Nintendo partnership?
That's what I was
shown
gonna bring
today?
up. I'm hoping we get to see that.
Rabbits. Two.
Dude, if there's rabbits,
I'd love to see Rabbids too.
Kingdom Battle
I'd also
2,
love to see
yeah.
an original thing too, like a new combination, or just Ubisoft straight up working on one of their games to do something different with it. But if anything, Rabbids 2 would be nice.
I'd be pretty stoked if it was just Rabbids 2, but set in Hyrule.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
actually,
Very
Oh.
cool.
that would be a cool way for the series to go. Is not
Yeah.
always Mario plus
Different,
rabbits, but
different
like,
Nintendo
In
world.
fact,
yeah, dude.
I-
Actually, that's a
I-
really good
I now
idea.
know what's happening.
F-Zero Rabbits.
The Rabbit is joining Smash. So
Oh,
Dude, Animal
Oh,
Crossing Rabbids.
yes. Oh,
Animal Crossing rabbits.
Yeah, that's
Isabel
the,
with a gun.
That's their event after the August event. It'll be like, hey, coming up later this year, the rabbits invade your island.
Animal Crossing becomes a tactical game.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's
yeah,
like,
I
"I
mean
hate
that
this."
is an interesting
That'd be
point,
kind of
though.
fun, actually, because
You-
it'd be nice to have like new activities added to Animal Crossing. Because they just added the the diving stuff and
Swimming.
going to the ocean. So now, like, a tactical mini game. I just want more mini games at Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a fair point with Ubisoft is that they always seem to have something else cooking. They always seem to have a surprise of some kind. So even when we think we know everything, there's something else waiting in the wings. I think this year is just interesting because there's so much stuff from last year that they pushed because they're talking about reinsuring that everything they make is quality.
Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Believe it.
And they did a little cleaning house earlier this week.
Oh
which
yeah.
they put out a statement that won't be addressed in this press conference. So there's
Which
that.
is a little weird, but at the same time, it's like some of those decisions were made like yesterday. So I think
Yeah,
we're not
like-
even close to the end of that. So
Yeah, I think it's an ongoing thing, and like re-exporting the video is just like, yeah.
Are we gonna see Beyond Good and Evil finally come
Oh,
out?
gosh, that game.
Man. Brad,
I feel like it's been a long time.
it
love-
skipped last year. Did it skip the year before?
I don't think it's.
I don't know if it's
did it?
been 2 years. I think
They've
I
been
think
doing
it
early
will
access
have been
stuff.
2 years since we've seen it.
Yeah, I don't think we saw it at all last year.
Just like them to say like, hey, it's running on PS5
pull up last
hardware
year's
or
Yeah, now that
Series
it's
X
next
hardware or
gen
something now.
stuff
Yeah.
out.
Wait, is this Smash
Yeah.
Brothers? What is this?
Brawlhalla?
Oh, that's Brawlhalla.
Is anyone
Oh,
else
yeah.
buffering? I keep
It got a little.
Yeah.
buffering.
Otherwise, it's not buffering for me. I thought their game froze though on Brawlhalla.
Wasn't there? What about that Rainbow Six game? That seems
Oh,
all the
Quarantine?
time
Oh,
too.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Quarantine.
what? What is
Yeah.
that?
It's like an alien one or something.
That's
They
their
like
next
teased
crossover.
it. They teased it.
Yeah.
We never saw
I-
gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the things that we've said, that probably
Explain
seems
that
the
to
most
me,
likely
Blood.
to
What
me.
I just saw about a plane turning into a car.
Yeah, Crew
That's
2,
just the
baby.
Crew 2. Yeah.
That's normal.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Parking job.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just
Oh,
click
yeah,
the
For
stick
Honor.
and do that. Yeah.
For Honor, yeah.
Look at this.
Do they have
Oh.
a Sam? Are they gonna announce a Sam Show character, Ben, for this now?
Shadows
That'd be
Die.
sweet. How Maroon
That would
joins
be hilarious.
For Honor. That would get me to play For Honor for sure.
But yeah, Skull and Bones. That still exists.
Skull and Bones.
Skull and
Bones.
What the-
Gosh,
Yo,
when
Don-
did we
Don
play
just
that
got
first? Like
canceled?
5
Like-
years ago?
I think they're really reworking that game to just be a pirate
Yeah.
game.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts though because there are like so many other games now that have like gone for that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know the names of all of them. I just
Okay, it was
I
a
know that
drone.
in addition to
Nice.
Sea of Thieves, there's like at least 2 more of them. Rocksmith.
Oh wow. Yo, play with
Professional.
look at that. That's insane.
What the
Oh
heck?
my goodness.
Double guitar playing with your feet.
Just play bass with their feet. Come on,
Well,
give
it's a
bass a little
bass,
more
okay.
credit.
Right.
Wow.
The disrespect, dude.
that
Always bread.
was what was the game you had to play with your feet again during one of our streams? Now I forget.
Arms.
Arms. Well, I do think there'll definitely be at least one surprise during this.
Sam Fisher.
Sam
Damn Fisher. They open up.
Wow.
Hubert,
With the-
I'll put my faith in
I
your
will be
power to will
surprised.
things. So, yes, I will take that, Hubert. Here
It's
we
way
go.
past
Let me
time.
kick
Audio
the
up, Damiana.
Prince of
You
Persia.
control the
Did somebody
audio
say
on
Prince of
your
Persia?
No, but you
No,
did.
throw it out there though.
Therefore,
Prince
it's
of Persia.
guaranteed. They're leading off with Prince of Persia.
You got montage.
Explore our worlds.
Meet the devs.
Still a montage.
See the games.
That rollerball game.
They had a
Oh, yeah.
Zoom thing with 20 screens.
Hi everyone, I'm Neelam Kumar and I'm very excited to be co-hosting the first Ubisoft
Wow.
Forward with the talented Yusuf Mageed. Today's show is all about getting up close and in-depth with all the exciting games we have in production here at Ubisoft.
I'm Yusuf, but there's no time to waste. So let's head straight for the streets of futuristic London and see what the hackers of DedSec are
Guardians,
into.
Watch Dogs.
All right. Watch Dogs first.
Watch Dogs 2 is free this weekend. Play it. It's amazing.
Illegal paintings
Rules.
spreading subversive and hostile messaging.
Apparently,
over
if you
the last
watch
few
1
weeks
minute
across
of this
London,
thing, you get
unlawful
Watch Dogs
work
2
of
for free.
several people, as
So
was
sad.
originally believed.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The criminals suspected to have links with the terrorist group DedSec.
Not actual gameplay. Yeah.
Maybe it does.
It's a cool style though.
Authorities recommend not to approach the individual.
First, they came for the foreigners, and I did not speak out because I was not a foreigner. Then they came for the protesters, and I did not speak out because I was not a protester. Then they
Do not
came
recommend.
for journalists.
Right?
And I did not speak out because I was not a journalist. And then they came for street artists. But I did not speak out because I am not a street artist.
Yeah, this augmented reality thing is kind of crazy.
It's like Into the Spider-Verse almost.
Yeah. I'm just curious what that guy is.
Right?
And then they came for the gamers.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I realised that eventually they'd come for me, and there would be no one left to speak for me.
God. He's a cab driver.
There you go. Sick. The reveal. Exclusive cab driver DLC pre-orders.
Right! Oh, nice! Where are we off to, sir?
It's fine. I'll show you the way.
Okay, sorry, miss. Jesus! All right, so we're in a total mess now, so let's get the hell out of here.
I like the way it wrapped up.
That was a great trailer. I'm so amazing.
We're still going.
And there's nothing more debilitating than that. This way, not to be able to do what you're passionate about.
Oh yeah.
After a long night,
They've closed down the bars. The true apocalypse.
the main arteries through the city are blocked. Hundreds of heavily armed Albion
Well, well, well. Welcome to the Resistance. Here's a welcome gift for our new members.
but the disappearance of the criminal
You could have told me it was a bloody costume party.
has been raised.
Try it on.
The new key suspect has been identified as David Ford, a 43-year-old London taxi driver. He has no criminal record, but is currently believed to be a terrorist. People have been asked not to approach him. The authorities advise all residents.
Ooh.
Ubisoft film.
Interesting. They love those short films. They did that for Far Cry.
I'm Clint Hawking.
Ubisoft does that a lot.
Clint has been a longtime creative force here at Ubisoft, and now he's bringing
We're
this
gonna
vision
dissonance.
to Watch Dogs
Clint.
Legion.
So yeah, what we just saw was an amazing short film by the director Alberto Mielgo that was inspired by Watch Dogs Legion and looks at the game and the universe and the characters through his incredible artistic vision and visual style.
The city needs a resistance.
Like the film, Watch Dogs Legion tells the story of ordinary heroes setting aside their differences in order to come together as a collective and to fight for a
This
positive
guy did
change.
story stuff for Spider-Verse.
You can literally recruit and play anyone who
director.
you see in the open world.
Oh,
You
the film
profile
director?
people that are
Yeah.
interesting to you. You help them with their problem. You play their origin mission.
Just help me get some closure and I'll do whatever you want.
Sounds like a DedSec problem. Leave it to us.
And that's how you recruit them into your team. And then they become the heroes of the game and the stars of your story.
And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
Please, think more underground.
You with Albion?
I'm tickled, but think more underground.
DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You're done.
And they make the story not only, unique to them, but unique to you as the player and personal to you because they're, heroes that you've chosen and invested in.
So much fear.
What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Welcome to the Resistance.
Our London town. A modern metropolis. Built on history and prosperity. Only took 12,000 years to build it up.
Oh, I feel
And
like
one
a
night
Sims
to
trailer.
tear it all down.
Oh my god.
Listen up.
Get all your units to move in and lock down the city.
With London under attack by a mysterious terrorist, the government turns to a private military company called Albion to keep everyone safe. What could possibly go wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nigel Cass, CEO of Albion. He's kindly stepped up to establish order.
Understand this. I will not allow anyone,
I want to recruit
not even
Nigel
myself,
to turn him.
That you boot up the game. That's your first thing you do.
Control the
Change his mind.
First recruit.
And then he turns you, and you
the
lose.
first city in the world.
Well, he rolled a
to be
20.
made truly
Yep.
safe.
I guess we have to let him.
Nigel's not the only opportunist who's taken a liking to this fair city. Meet Mary Kelly, head of the most powerful crime syndicate in London.
Be sure and spread the
Is
word.
that the House Stark
She and
pin?
her goons are using the dark web to sell
Yeah,
everything,
what?
from party
It
pills
looks straight
to
up
people.
like it.
This microchip is scary, I know, but I got to keep tracks on my merchandise, don't I? You made me a slave.
You do not want to ruffle her feathers. With the city out on its arse, it now falls on you to build a resistance and take back London.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out.
Any of the brave Londoners you see walking the streets can be recruited into your team. Like him. Her. Or even her. Everyone could become your next secret weapon.
I'm making an all old lady
In our first
resistance
mission,
for
we
sure.
need to get some dirt
Hell
on
yeah.
Nigel Cass, and that means breaking into Albion headquarters inside the Tower of
Gonna be on
London.
our side, though. What are
All
you
the
gonna do
hardy
about that,
souls
King?
you see here are people we have recruited from the streets of London. They all have unique abilities, and you're free to tackle this mission with whoever you like.
Dear God, my eyes. Badly. Zip up, get to work, and let's never talk about this again.
Like everyone in DedSec, Arthur can hack pretty much whatever. But as a construction worker, he has a particular set of tools that make him handy.
Oh, he's gonna knock him back into the.
Yeah, that's it.
He can even call his own cargo drone.
Martial artist.
Yeah, they had that last year's E3 demo.
Perfect for gate
That's
crashing
cool.
when you're not invited. And who needs a regular old gun when you have a bloody nail gun?
Come here, you soy-eyed shitboy.
Yeah, that feels more painful than shooting somebody with a regular gun.
Jesus Christ, what is that thing?
Perhaps we could approach this mission differently. If you'd rather keep your distance, we've got you covered. Amy is a drone expert,
What have we here?
a real tech connoisseur.
Hate spiders, but love this one.
Oh, I love these
What
things.
an adorable creepy crawler.
Here we are. Let's class the place up.
A drone expert does have the unique ability to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
She aims, she fires, she hits.
I'm reading incoming drones.
She can also hack enemy drones, turning the tide in her favor. And if you are not into direct confrontation, there are more ways than one to get the job done. Recruiting an Albion officer like Brielle here might be challenging.
Maybe
Here
it's
you go, the
possible.
challenge you
Maybe
get.
it's possible,
Yeah.
Hubert. Maybe it's possible.
Don't mind me. Just doing recon for a bunch of insurgents.
However, do anything suspicious and she'll probably wind up with a bullet in the back of her head.
You've been approved for entry.
Yeah, this is 100% Hitman right here.
We're missing the human element here. I can get the defense minister on the line right now.
Well, if you feel you must.
Nigel, dude. He's a bad boy. Yeah.
It's a bad boy. It wants to be good.
Criminals running our streets. Illegals threatening our families. The police
Nakatomi
commissioner
style.
himself.
Serious.
Assassinated by terrorists.
Well, that seems to be enough
Damn
evidence.
you, Nigel.
Next up, we're crashing Mary Kelly's organ farming operation and putting a stop to it.
That's good. The buyers expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
Bags, don't disturb me in my natural habitat.
Say hello to Mickey. The man lives for his team.
Like putting another hair on my chest.
And doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
Yes.
Yeah,
brawling.
This is who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Favorite character.
Hey, butts.
This is great.
This guy in a suit with a crowbar.
He does.
I wonder if the music in game changes based on who you're playing as.
Oh, yeah, that'd be crazy.
And he's passed out. Ah, well, we'll come back to it. You know what? Let's go with someone a bit more professional.
John Wick,
Here we
dude.
go.
Killed my dog.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Let's go.
Jeez.
It's almost crass to call him a hitman.
Red Hood.
This is John Wick.
Yeah, this is literally the song in John Wick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's in a
gun on the
bathhouse?
head.
Like-
Yeah. they just
Some might even
beat
call
John
him
Wick.
an artist.
I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the bastard responsible.
That forward roll
Done
is so
and
unnecessary.
dusted.
Not bad, not bad if I do say so, innit?
Hoping for the Keanu.
Not everyone in London is a legendary assassin or a
Suplex.
super spy, but everyone can be a hero. So get out there, find the best recruits, and build your resistance. It's time to take back London.
It's fun to see Ubisoft doing like documentary games set in the present, you know?
October 29th.
History.
Plunging the
now.
player into a living, breathing city, teeming with unique locales and characters, has always been a central pillar of the Watch Dogs series.
Think breathing.
So what goes into building those worlds? Here's Amanda Mutt to tell us more.
Lengthy developer section incoming.
My name's Amanda Munt. I'm a level artist on Watch Dogs Legion
jeez.
at Ubisoft Toronto. Being a level artist, I think, is the coolest job in video games because we do get the freedom to kind of like pick and choose what little details we want to depict. And we get ample opportunities to tell the stories that we want to tell in the spaces that we're assigned to. I have the capacity to hide things and, you know, like small little Easter eggs. In AC Unity, there was a boat somewhere in the world that was covered in cats. And then it happened again in Watch Dogs 2. And there may or may not be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity.
Yes.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
I was fortunate enough to go
Love
to E3
that.
last year.
Damn, yeah,
Some
I
of the
sold.
people that I was showing our demo to were from London. So no matter where I dropped them in the city, they would go, "Oh my God, this feels like Camden. This, you know, this feels like Southwark. This feels like Westminster."
Dude, Watch Dogs
When
2
people are
feels like San
talking
Francisco
about
to the
some
T.
detail that I've put into the
Oh,
world
yeah?
and they're excited
Yeah.
about it, like that feels so good as somebody who, you know, builds these worlds with care. I love it.
Brawlhalla. All right.
And now some news for Brawlhalla fans. In just a few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends on iOS and Android
Solid
devices.
15 minutes on Watch Dogs.
iOS
Yeah.
and Android.
Did he actually say days and they added weeks later? That's interesting.
Oh, I missed that.
3, 2,
1,000.
1, brawl. Rayman.
Rayman was in there, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this
They
big
added-
old character
They
myself.
added Laura Croft
Coming to
a little
iOS
while
and
ago,
Android,
right?
okay.
Adventure Time.
August
Short
6th
enough. That
on
was
mobile.
good.
Short enough.
Yeah.
Yo,
Hey, Bear.
Bear
Bear
skin.
man.
Cool
Bear
looking
skin.
man.
Whether you need a Tom Clancy action fix on the go or want to dive back into
Splinter
one of the most beloved fantasy
Cell.
franchises in gaming, we've got you covered.
This is some other phone game, probably. Yo, Might and Magic?
Nice.
Is it on mobile?
Yeah, why that Tom
That's-
Clancy tease?
That was a really cool Skeleton Warrior.
Wait, this game exists already?
Yeah, what? It says mobile, yeah, written all over it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Ben likes it.
Showing YouTube comments?
I guess so.
Who are you getting these messages
Overall,
from? Those are
an
texts.
elite game.
Yeah.
To the Ubisoft Slack.
You know what? I think the game is doing so well that it doesn't need me.
This is such
Yeah.
a prototypical mobile trailer.
Yeah, this is. Just CG.
Doesn't
Download
show
it
the
now.
game at all.
I mean,
That's a mobile trailer
Mobile
for you.
trailers get dirtier than that, man. Mobile trailers are
yeah,
straight up like,
yeah.
no, that's the game. And you're like, that's not the game at all.
Brandon Jones.
I've seen dirtier.
Oh yeah. You got to get up early in the morning to make a dirtier mobile trailer.
Oh, is this Rainbow Six thing?
Is this like
You
Rainbow
think
Six
everything is Rainbow
Heroes?
Six?
I mean, this
character.
definitely
Is
has
this
Rainbow
Elite
Six.
Squad? Yeah, what is that? Is this another mobile?
I mean, that's a level from
Is it
Overwatch.
mobile?
Is this another mobile?
Aw.
Contact! Mob chain is down. Request air support. Target northeast rooftop.
Roger. Inbound. Danger close.
I need an EMP deployed now.
EMP imminent.
Hey, there's
Is
your
that Sam Fisher?
There's your Sam Fisher.
It is. It totally is.
Yep.
Wait a minute. That's the bad guy from Far Cry 4.
Yeah, I think it's
Far Cry 5.
Ubisoft. It's like a bunch of
Oh,
people.
weird.
Yeah, this is like
There
Ubi
you go,
Warriors.
Because the GIGN guy is from Rainbow Six.
Oh.
Hey, take this.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the drug cartel.
Don't
guy.
make me regret this.
Damn it, Sam.
Elite Squad.
What?
Damn it, Sam!
App Store.
Ah,
Yeah, it's
it's
mobile.
mobile.
Weapon tier, 2 out of 4.
Speaking of Tom Clancy, it's been 5 years since
What a
Rainbow
weird
Six Siege
trailer.
first
Wow.
launched, and the community has never been stronger. In celebration of this milestone, Ubisoft Montreal has put together a special video to thank all of the amazing players and developers.
Player
They've been doing
thanks
this for a
video
couple of
incoming.
years.
It is today.
Esports.
Highlight all the cool stuff,
see those
but not really
videos.
have announcements.
In December 2015, a small team released Rainbow Six Siege. A game built on a strong vision, creativity, competitiveness, and team play.
Pour le joueur, le 1er décembre, c'est un début, mais pour nous aussi. Il faut tout de suite s'engager et dire aux joueurs, ce jeu est installé, tu peux t'y installer aussi, et nous serons là.
That original vision was quickly adopted by our passionate community, propelling it to a whole new level.
Peak meta.
This is such a special moment, and being at 1 year anniversary of Rainbow Six now, game being stronger than ever, and more players today than we had in the past, it means the world to us.
But we also had our share of challenges.
Health that touches upon subjects like matchmaking, connectivity, all those aspects are absolutely critical to the experience of the player.
Through it all, we're always driven by you, our community, and together, we grow stronger.
There is no sequel plan, and we're here for the next 10 years, so expect more Rainbow Six in your life for quite some time.
Makes sense though for this game.
Tous les succès, c'est vraiment le résultat de autant de nous que de vous.
Ce jeu, il est autant le vôtre qu'il est le nôtre, nous, l'équipe de
The
développement.
subtitles on the French.
Now
Bold.
60
No,
million
no,
players
subtitles.
strong. We're just getting started.
Maybe that's what he said.
Yeah.
From the devs that build the game to the community that plays it, thank you.
That entire trailer, I was just thinking about how competitiveness should have a conjugation that ends in Y, like creativity.
Competitive-y?
If you haven't tried it
Yeah,
yet, dive into our
competitive-y.
new Operation Steel Wave update available now and take Ace and Malusi out for a spin.
There we go.
Yeah.
A few days
Kind of
ago,
announcement.
we introduced y'all to a brand new multiplayer
I
shooter.
want to play this.
Now, it's time to venture into the
I
hyperscape.
want to play.
The technical test isn't that hard to get into, is it?
I just haven't found a minute to dive in.
Oh, the test is over. Got it.
Wait, what was that? A hack in the hyperscape. That's not supposed to be there. Let me get you all up to speed, okay?
Okay.
About 30
Yeah,
years
Yubi
ago,
loves like, here's the
everything that
game,
we
here's
feared about
gameplay,
our
there it is,
future
there's the game.
started
And then
to
later
come
they're
true.
like, okay, so
We made
this
some
is
good
character.
decisions.
It's like, this is a little backwards.
We made some bad decisions.
I already played this.
Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions.
VR cows don't need
Here we
them.
are. 10 billion souls living in the crush of the megacities.
Oh, this is just like straight up Ready Player One, huh?
I was gonna say, yeah.
It's changed everything.
Big Mama.
Neo Arcadia.
They gave everyone a way out. The hyperscape. In the hyperscape, the biggest draw by far is Crown Rush. This is where anyone can become someone.
It's a game within a game within a game.
Yeah.
Laser tag. Players look like this in character.
Just drop into another match.
It's the hacker.
Yeah,
If
Hacker
you get
Man,
good at
dude.
Crown Rush, it can change your life. But strange things have been happening lately.
Sam Fisher.
Rumors of people getting hurt. Users disappearing from the real world. A darker secret lies at the heart of Hyperscape. And we have to find it. Some of us are searching for a way up. Some of us for a way out. And for others, a new way altogether.
I just have a hard
That's
time
what brings
seeing
us
how
to
this is
the
going to
edge
be
of the
relevant to the
future.
game itself.
Oh yeah, that's,
To the
that's why
hyperscape.
showing this today is kind of weird.
So is it just a battle royale game, or what's the deal?
Yeah, no, it's
I mean, we've only seen the one mode, so maybe there's
JC's work
more,
on Far
but
Cry Primal and multiple Prince of Persia titles has established him as a top creative here at Ubisoft.
For me, what's exciting is we started
work on another
building it
Prince of
from
Persia?
scratch, seeing it grow, adding ideas is really cool.
Hello, contender. Welcome to the hyperscape.
The game takes place in 2054.
But I like that they're
It's in a
fleshing out the
future
world.
where
Like when
humanity
Fortnite
has
started
grown a
doing
little
that, I
darker.
got even more invested.
Sure.
One of the companies there, they are launching what's called the hyperscape, which is a virtual world and the internet of the future. It's the place where everything converges. Within the virtual world, there is a battle
I
royale
really
that
like
takes
the way
place
he
in the
says
virtual city
virtual.
of Neo Arcadia. Then we also
pretty big. There's
introduce
lots of
a
great
lot of new
movement
things.
Stuff. There's lots of
You
like launch
get
pads
the
and
opportunity to do
very easy to get
parkour on the
around.
rooftops, go into interiors where it's much more narrow, much more stressful. You get to go to the landmarks where there's more opportunities to get cool items, but also more players, so it's a risk-reward kind of deal. We introduced the notion of hacks, special abilities that you can pick up on the fly to adapt
Yeah,
your
these seem
tactics.
cool.
With hacks, you can do things like teleport yourself.
It's just weird to me that they had
you
a
can
demo
wrap
test and
yourself
had
into a
thousands
ball
and
and
players
bounce around the
playing this game in Rainbow
battlefield.
Six Siege. They're like, wow, our gameplay's
So a
really
lot of
good, and this they're
abilities
like,
that
so
let
the lore,
you
get
have
ready.
fun
It's
with
like,
dark
I want to
toys
see
that you can
people
play
play
with.
this. Like, why did you just have all of these
Finally,
people play it.
it's made as a
and then you're
spectacle,
going
so all the
super
viewers will
story-heavy
be able to interact with
right
the game
after
on
all that
different
footage has
levels
been
through
captured.
the Twitch extension. So every few minutes, there's going to be a vote, and viewers will be able to decide what effect they want to affect the whole battle. So things like changing the gravity, infinite ammo, or stuff like that. So players, while this happens, really have to adapt to all kinds of stuff that is
That's
happening.
a fun idea.
And they didn't last
For
very
me,
long.
it's really
When this
exciting
happened,
because
they're
right now,
about
as we
20,
speak,
30
we're
seconds.
launching the open beta, and so it's going to be available for free-to-play for all PC players worldwide.
There you
I
go,
really
Huber.
want to thank all the players, all the streamers, and all the viewers who participated in tech test and who will participate in the open beta. Here's a short glimpse of what you can expect.
Did they say it's coming out today?
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming out right now.
PC.
Nice.
Watch and learn how it's done.
Stream that shit.
Perfecto.
Showtime.
That's mine.
Let's show them what I'm made of. Go time.
Oh, weird. They showed that shot in that earlier.
Yeah, it's not a lot of this footage is repeated.
Here we go.
So all the abilities that you can get are available to everybody.
No, you pick them up in the game.
Right,
And
right.
when you grab it again, you level it up. So if you
But
see,
you
like,
don't. It's not like Overwatch Battle Royale where you pick a class or something.
You can pick a character model. That's it. You style your abilities when you get in there.
The
And it's same thing with
digital
guns,
world
so
of
if you,
the
like, pick up a
Hyperscape
shotgun and then pick it
gave
up
our
again and
artists and
again,
developers
because, like, level
incredible freedom when it
okay.
came to designing characters.
Production manager Anna Maria Muska is going to take us behind the scenes of character design.
My name is Anna Maria Muska. I'm the production manager for characters and weapons on Hyperscape. We have paid an exceptional amount of detail to our characters. We switch different outfits, different fashion statements, different tattoos, different materials until we see them as real individuals, as real people. So the second you pick a character, you see them in game, you understand what their motivations are and what drives them and what challenges them. This was the first lineup of characters. This is our default base, but even starting from the hair down, everything has been meticulously thought of. Would this person actually like this type of outfit? Would this person enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body? Each season, we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. So we're hoping some of our
Something
players are
weirdly
gonna
meta about that.
see the effort and maybe even correlate.
We're
some
gonna
of
bring
the
this AI
accessories
to
what's
life.
gonna
Let's
happen
make
in
sure
the
that
game.
they like this body.
We're very excited to see it in people's hands.
As we move into the next generation of gaming, Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Now we have a special guest to tell us a little more.
Reggie,
It's a
hey
rabbit.
everyone. Phil Spencer from Xbox.
Getting
Phil
around.
Spencer's
With
everywhere.
Watch Dogs Legion, Ubisoft is supporting smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best version of the game on any version of Xbox you're playing on. On Series X, you'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team
mic
has
sounds as
done
bad
with
as mine,
DirectX
so I
ray
don't think it's bad
tracing
anymore.
Yeah.
to create
Yeah,
an
he sounded like that in all of his
absolutely
videos.
immersive version
Yeah.
of London
Validated.
you've never seen
Drop some
before.
cash, Phil.
Ubisoft has a unique ability to
I mean, it
create
took forever for me to
immersive
get that
worlds,
mic arm when I ordered it, so he's
setting
probably
a new
waiting.
bar that
I think Phil
continues to
Spencer
drive
can
our
get
industry
stuff a little
forward.
faster than you could
Yeah,
if you
can-
wanted.
people like eBay it.
Of Assassin's Creed.
And pay
I love the time I've spent exploring the world in
just see him at the
Assassin's
Xbox
Creed.
offices.
Probably just
Is
using
anybody- is
Xbox
anybody
Series
using
I
X.
this
can't
mic
wait
here? Like,
for
that's
you
my
to
mic, Phil.
see the gameplay from Assassin's Creed Valhalla that's coming up now.
You can have a new mic when Halo Infinite releases.
We know you've been waiting to hear more about this game since it was announced back in April. And now it's time for a deep dive into the world of Vikings.
Deep.
My name is Julien Laferrière, and I'm the producer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So a couple
a
of weeks
new
ago, we
person now.
announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the reaction from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings is really,
something,
really
right?
inspiring.
Ragnarok, let's go.
When we did our research, we found that, they were not mindless barbarians.
Vikings were actually farmers trying to find new lands for them to settle. And so they had really human motivations. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game. The team went to Norway and England to take the same roads that the Vikings did, to really experience what it meant to be a Viking at that time. And then leaving
Where was this preview
Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just coming by boat
sweet, man.
in England and see those rolling green hills full of sheep, full of life, is just this moment that most likely the Vikings felt as well. You need to see this land of opportunity. And this is exactly the feeling we want players to experience in this game. It is a personal adventure, you know, it is the story of Eivor, a Viking chieftain. Eivor is either a male or a female.
Thanks.
You decide when you start the game. They will have to leave Norway to settle in England because you just can't live in Norway anymore. There's too much political pressure, no resources available.
Ubisoft.
Obviously, in England, it's full of Anglo-Saxons and other people, and they don't really want you there. So you will have to fight your way there to kind of build your own settlement and see your clan prosper. Vikings were brutal warriors.
Shields!
And the fact that they were mastering a lot of weapons coming from the medieval times really inspired us to kind of revamp the fight system, to leverage the brutality and the intensity of Viking combat. Vikings were not only fighting face-to-face, they were masters of stealth and deception when needed. They used basically any sort of tactics they could use to win the battle. So we want to portray the full range of combat that you can imagine coming from the Vikings.
So much trailer footage.
Right.
We are
Sound up
very
on that
happy.
trailer.
I really
Sound
thought
up.
they were just
Sound
going to
up.
show
Sound
the
up.
additional
They're going to.
game.
They're going to. They just have to
Please,
talk for 8
enjoy
minutes
this
first.
deep dive
Wait,
into
so let me get this straight.
Assassin's Creed
Vikings were
Valhalla.
cool?
There it is.
Context, give all the backstory.
We made it.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England. You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal, to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
For the good of our clan, it is time we go a Viking. Today we raid, that tomorrow we may build.
England is a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties, a land of opportunity and riches. As you prowl England's rivers by longship, you may raid locations you spot from the shoreline. Ground your ship and blow your horn to lead your raiding crew into battle.
Oh, they're using the fire tech on there.
Remember, they were just fighters.
Your crew will assist you in all
framing here
your
and there
raids.
still.
Yeah, it doesn't look
Fighting
good.
enemies,
Yeah. Also, the boat moving over the water looked
battering
really
down
weird.
doors,
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
and
sail
stealing
going down.
cargo too heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage may be used to develop your settlement, giving you
So
access to
iconic.
useful
Settlement,
services,
dude,
Oh,
yeah.
better
yeah.
tools, and new settlers. At the heart of your settlement is the Alliance map. It will serve as a record of the allies you have
So you
made,
build your
and a
settlement after
guide
you
for future
conquer the
opportunities.
place.
Yes, they're Vikings.
The Viking Age was a time of warriors and legends. In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game.
Whoa, what?
Every
That
archetype
guy.
offers a unique
Glowy
challenge.
pants.
Some will coordinate with their allies with special attacks.
These are
while
cool.
others use nearby
Dude,
objects to
rock
their
thrower.
advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors.
Whoa.
To face
Throwing
these attacks,
corpses, dude?
you must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Take the fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities. Snare them with a Viking harpoon. Pummel them with throwing axes. Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance, or finish them off. Dual wield any two weapons you wish to unleash a deadly combination of attacks.
Oh man, definitely do 2 shields.
Yeah, for sure.
Customize your fighting style as you see fit, and become a legendary Viking warrior. All combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including 2 shields.
There you go.
Yeah.
Charging like that. So fun.
Some of those
Not
kills.
all situations call for violence. In this new land, a Viking must find a way to adapt.
This is
As
what I
Eivor is
want.
not welcome in England, you may
This
need
has
to
been in
outsmart your
literally every
enemies,
Assassin's
avoiding
Creed game.
No,
unwanted
that is
attention
wrong.
in towns
The
and
last 2 have
bustling
not
cities.
had that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The early
Use
ones
Eivor's
did.
hood and cloak to
Yeah.
blend with crowds.
It
and
just kind
slip
of
past watchful eyes.
a little weird to
An
me because of
unseen
like
hunter among the people.
I don't see a Viking blending in with English.
From capital cities and villages to the dense forests and rolling hills of England, exploration is vital to keeping
Yeah,
yourself
they've
sharp.
got way more like action.
You must feed off the land if you hope
Oh,
to endure.
okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I didn't play
less
the last
stout.
2 really.
Hunt and forage to replenish your health and fortify your equipment.
Yeah, that's a huge wolf.
Dude.
Dire wolves?
Search pagan temples and Roman ruins for new activities and challenges to strengthen yourself and
It's a
your
very
settlement.
Hellblade.
Hellblade puzzle, yeah.
The more you explore, the more of England's secrets you will reveal.
Ah, yes, the eagle.
Blood eagle, bro.
But as you push deeper into England, the enemy will push back. In a series of climactic moments, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will feature massive assaults in which you will lead Eivor's army into battle against heavily guarded Saxon fortresses.
As long as it's better than the big battles.
I'm worried about them doing it too much.
Sure.
It feels like they do that in their games.
So true.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous and haunted lands, inspired by Norse myths.
Whoa.
Game seems
and
huge.
pagan roots.
Yeah.
It will challenge
surely
and
massive.
surprise with unforgettable
Stop.
characters, thrilling triumphs, and tragic losses, giving you the chance to live your own Viking saga.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Fatal blow.
Yeah, I'm down.
I was more into that than I was expecting.
November 17th.
9th century England is truly unlike anything the franchise has seen before. Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release this holiday season on Xbox Series X,
That's
PlayStation
probably
5,
after the Game Awards
Xbox
cut off.
One, PS4, PC.
Yeah, it's usually
and
the
Stadia.
15th, right?
Somewhere
We're
in
close to
there.
wrapping up today.
Also,
but
is
before
that
we
a
go,
date
our CEO,
reveal
Yves
for the
Guillemot,
consoles?
is here to share a
Good
few
call.
words.
Yeah.
Actually, to say something?
I hope
Very
you will
interesting
have
point.
enjoyed what you have seen today, and that
Wait, is
you
that
will
it?
love playing these games.
They probably have
I'm
one more
proud
thing.
of our teams for delivering an
Rabbids in the
ambitious,
background.
broad, and creative lineup of games. And we haven't shown you everything yet. In fact, we have a lot more to come. So you will have another
Oh, yeah, they
Ubisoft
haven't done
Forward
Far Cry
to
yet.
reveal even more about our upcoming games.
They're doing
But
another
before
one.
ending this show, we have one more thing to share with you.
The thing that got leaked.
Yeah. Ubisoft can't keep it under wraps.
They just can't do it.
Yeah.
Or is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's Far Cry for sure.
Love Giancarlo, though.
Hell yeah.
He's so good.
He's just got that great mix of like professional and calm and creepy.
Yeah.
Bro, he's a Mandalorian.
Yeah, dude.
Getting that too.
I don't love trailers that are just the opening of games.
Right.
Like the opening credits.
Like we're watching this. When we
Yeah,
pick
the thing
game
is
up for
like,
sure.
yeah, we're not supposed to know what this is, right? We're just seeing these names.
Right. We're supposed to be hyped because, yeah.
The rumors are pretty convincing that this is a Far Cry 3 prequel.
Oh, really?
Huh.
Nice.
It'd be interesting for a Far Cry game to make the villains seem like they're bad, but you're just getting one perspective, and then you finally meet them and they're like actually doing the right thing or something. That'd be a new twist, right? Yeah, is the kid Voss or something?
Yeah, that's the
Is this gonna be it though?
Yeah, that's what I was just wondering. Is this,
Yeah,
is this
that's
all we're
it.
getting?
That is. That's gameplay music.
That's it. That's the gameplay music.
Yeah.
Look at graphics.
Yeah, it's still CG trailer.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, amigo. Perfect,
I
but useless.
don't think we're gonna see this game.
I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Breathe. The pin simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me.
Now, finish your homework.
Now.
So intense.
Yeah, it's like Sonic
I am
for your
El
first kill.
Presidente.
Yeah.
Which means that someday.
What if that's you?
You will be El Presidente.
Oh, that'd be
the
cool.
prodigal son
And our
returning.
people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart.
Or you just
by
play as a straight up
opinions,
kid the whole game?
Noise, indecision, strangled.
Or he's an ally.
Or if you play as him older and it is Voss.
And even if you have love in your
I
heart,
say you called him Diego, but yeah, could be whatever.
even if you want what's best for
I
them,
mean, you're just gonna make
if
him
you
throw
only
this
want
grenade
to
into
save
the
them
crowd,
from
right?
themselves.
That seems like it.
Or the twist, he just drops
They
it.
will hate you,
Running.
Diego. Everything
Yeah,
you
kills
say,
them both.
do, believe,
It's actually a
will be
confetti
wrong.
grenade, and he has that
Yeah,
birthday
there's no
party.
rail right there. It's a perfect opportunity. See?
they will answer you with screams.
They hide his face as though they didn't show his name as the first
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
in the
yeah,
trailer.
yeah. The way that's a stranger field.
A monster. And give you this. So you tell me, are you evil? Are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has 2 basic parts. Our people. And you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom.
wants to make cars.
You kill a bunch of your own police down there.
February 18th.
They just keep on trying with these Far Cry games.
And with that, we're wrapping
they
up our
sell
first
a ton.
Ubisoft Forward.
No reason to stop making them.
Yeah, they do. So
Today,
well.
we've seen the next generation of Assassin's Creed,
Oh, I can't
the
stand
birth
Far
of a
Cry 5.
resistance in Watch Dogs
One of my
Legion,
least favorite games of the last
Yeah.
the
5
cyber
years.
chaos of
Level
Hyperscape,
Creator was kind of fun.
and the epic reveal of Far Cry's newest installment, along with so much more.
Remember, we'll be back
story
later
was
this year
aggressively
with
bad.
another Ubisoft Forward filled with tons of game news and updates.
Thanks for joining us.
They've never done that before.
When did they say?
What?
Sorry.
Later this year,
Okay.
they're gonna
Hey,
be
Yves said
back
there was
with
gonna be another one.
forward.
You said there'd be a second one.
Numbers.
Was he screaming with his head off?
Hey everyone, welcome to the Ubisoft Forward
Maybe.
post show. My name is Yves.
Oh, they're doing a.
This is Assassin's
Who knows
Creed
how long this is
Valhalla.
gonna go.
We're gonna take a deep
Yeah.
dive into about 30 minutes of gameplay.
30
We're joined
minutes
by
of
a
30
very
minutes.
special guest here.
Hey everyone, this is Philippe Bergeron, otherwise known as Fizz. I am the quest director on Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
12:48 right now.
So Fizz,
Eight
we're
minutes
setting up
worth.
here for what looks like an epic encounter. Tell us exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, so here
Oh,
we're
this is
midway
elite
through the
gameplay.
quest that we're showing for UB Forward. Here we're looking at the assault
Yeah, we let her
of
do
Bird
that yet?
Castle. So these are
Waiting on
big
Bloodborne.
moments that
What's that?
usually
No,
culminate.
there's
12:48
previews.
Bloodworth.
Chat's already seen the previews. They were
Yeah.
Raiders,
Previews,
taking
previews
a
for
group of
Assassin's
raiders
Creed
and
and
Furs into Bird
Watch
Castle
Dogs are up
to
right
go
now.
Yeah.
Take down
So yeah,
Chat
Druid
was
were-
linking them
and
already.
his clan.
He played Assassin's Creed. I played Watch Dogs.
So who exactly is
Multiple
Ruid,
hours.
and why does
Sat
Eivor
down,
sort
talked
of
about it.
pick a fight
Yeah,
with
you
them?
can go check all
Basically,
this.
Ruid comes into
that
play about halfway
Did not
through
use
this
the
story
nail
arc,
gun.
where
My
At the
apologies.
beginning of the arc, this
Was
is
it
an
an
option
option?
that happens before.
Oh, yeah.
Ruid
That was-
basically
I had a
Oswald
construction
from
dude on
within
my
the
team right when we
territory,
started.
and Oswald, who's the sort of elderman to be
There's so
to
much on the
inherit
HUD in this
territory,
game.
needs your help to take him down. Oswald having
Vikings
just
relied
been
on HUD a
defeated
lot.
in a previous
Right.
quest, and so
True.
here this is revenge, but also accomplishing your ultimate.
Yeah, like there's a
So
bunch of
Fizz,
stuff
as
on
we
the left
talked about
trigger and on the right
Hammer's
trigger.
gonna
combat
be there.
of Valhalla. Can you
Combat
talk a
looks
little
more
bit about the
exaggerated
changes
than
to combat
usual.
this time around?
It was better read for sure.
Which I'm not opposed to.
Basically, add
And you have a
lot
stamina
of
meter,
new
so every
mechanics
time you
to it.
dodge,
so we
you
added
use
like some
stamina,
dual wielding
so
for the
you
player.
kinda
Well, like,
and a stun system.
not even that, he kicked someone like
And
10
really
feet
needed
away.
to do this to sort of portray that sort of the brutality that
Yeah, way
comes
more
with being a
impact,
Viking. The
for
age, so
sure.
it sort of fits into that the time.
I wonder if this will
and the
paint Vikings in an accurate light, or
Seems a little bit of both.
yeah.
He was talking about how he didn't really want to like deal with myths and legends, and then they're like, and then here's this electric boss. Like, all right,
Yeah.
Giant wolf.
And Odin watches you with ravens.
Is that you? Shut your
There were
eyes,
definitely
Twitch
female
Here,
Vikings
Eivor
though,
has
so that's
taken
nice
her
to
entire
see.
army through the assault, and finally, it's
Yeah, the
revealed
one
that
thing from some of the footage I like,
our
I got
Eldorman,
like
our
these
ally,
Shadow
Oswald, is still
of
alive and
Mordor
Ruid was
vibes.
captive.
Uh-oh.
Because it's you know that game's such a rip-off of Assassin's Creed anyways, you know.
Yeah.
But like once you put like a blue-green glow over things, and like, oh, this reminds me of that other game.
Is there a nemesis system?
No, I
No.
don't think so.
No. That'd be awesome.
Next move for Eivor is to finally face off against.
Dude, that
Ruid.
wolf has a
She
ton of
has her
health.
allies
Yeah,
now
it's a
take care
bullet
of the rest of the
sponge.
army. Now it's time to go
Axe
one-on-one
sponge.
against Ruid
Kill the ants.
in
Get the
one of
wolf
our boss
first.
battles, actually.
That's what I did.
Your battle is not yet won, Oswald.
Can you recruit or like have wolves on your side or no?
And it's worth pointing out
Great
actually that
question.
here what we're
Not that I
showing
know
is
of.
the player.
Do they have a
Stun-
poise meter? Like, what's that yellow thing above?
It looked like stamina. When he got the stamina down on the wolf, you could do a stun attack.
Okay.
So player could have approached this a little bit more
The yellow
stealthily
seems
and
like, yeah,
gotten
like
at least, like, a good
special though
critical
or
hit
something.
on either Ruid or
Well,
his wolf.
the
And so you
one
can play
down
this a
in the
little bit
bottom
more
left, I think
strategically
we're talking.
if that's
This
your
is the one in the
playstyle.
top on the.
So we're not
Yeah,
really
they-
fighting
they
Ruid
both
here,
have
but
it.
also his pet wolf, right?
One of my preferred strategies is to eliminate the wolf first. Just focus fire on him. It takes at least one opponent out of the combat.
Give him
Now,
meta
Ruid
strats.
Yeah, I mean
does
he's going through and
have
explaining all his
extra
mechanics
abilities
too,
that
so we
come
might be
into play
missing
if
some
you
of
do
those.
eliminate his
Yeah.
wolf. But I think having one opponent less in the battlefield makes for a good strategy in the whole.
So basically, kill the ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, kill the aheads.
Oh, the
What?
kick is back.
See how far he kicked
that
him,
far.
dude?
We don't want any mythological fantasy stuff. I just kicked the person across the freaking room.
Like, Assassin's Creed's goofy, so you might as well get goofy with it.
Yeah.
That's a Shadow of War moment right there. Like,
Yeah.
with something like that, dialogue exchange.
Totally.
I don't know if this is your first battle, kid. There usually isn't this much talking.
That was pretty rough.
These arrogant swine. Those are such jarring cuts.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, that was.
All right.
That was some old school video games right there.
Oswald. What comes next?
Oswald, in this case, prefers for Rued to be kept alive, and so you basically have to choose: are you going to go against his wishes,
okay,
or stay true to your
Wow,
nature?
That's cool.
So we have this choice to make, but before we get into that, I want to rewind a little bit because we just did this
The
big
choices seem
grand
high
assault,
stakes.
but
from
Eivor
the
couldn't
little I
Yeah, that's
saw.
cool.
You like gain allies and stuff.
Recruit some folks along the way, get some troops, get some allies. So
Recruit
let's
Nigel.
actually
Yeah,
rewind
this
and
looks
see
like the
how
era
we
you were
go
playing, Huber.
first gathering those troops.
It's Witcher 3 zone.
When coming up to an assault, it's a game of numbers. Eivor can
Brad, there
go
was a
into
straight up
pretty much
quest
any
where you're
location
like following a blood
and
trail, like
be,
Geralt.
Oh my god, yeah.
eliminating some of the assets, which ultimately would be a strategy. You can do that, and you'll have some of the ingredients or of the assets there that will have been sabotaged. But you
Yeah, with
still
when
need
it's coming
a army.
out, the
So here what we're
17th,
seeing is
I
Eivor
wonder
going
if
around
this
the
will look any
countryside
better
and
on
raising what we call a fyrd, which is
PS5
Yeah.
or Xbox Series X. I get the vibe it's not going to look that much better on the new
It doesn't
consoles.
look great.
I think this game's gonna be pretty damn big.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Black Flag on Xbox One
yeah,
is a huge
like
difference over
Odyssey was
360.
massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah, so she's
But
really
yeah, I got
using,
like 3 or 4 hours into Black
image
Flag,
and,
and I was
the
like, wait, what am I doing? And then like
leadership
restarted on
that
Xbox
Oswald
One.
had, what he meant to the people in his name. She's going
This
to
guy sounds like the voice actor.
Pretty words, Dane. But the men of Theovard have their own battles.
Maybe not. I thought it was the guy from The Expanse.
Allies that you can add to our cause, but first we sort of need to do him a favor. Is that right?
Yeah, so obviously these people have been run down by Rued and the impact he's had on the territory. So I think a lot
There's
of
a
these people
love of
have sort
axes in this
lost
game, which I'm
and
here
so
for.
you need to show them that there is hope.
What's with
and so
this? Yeah,
here,
that smoke
Eivor is
behind them.
basically helping them take back one of their prized locations by taking a couple men and raiding a nearby township, basically taking it back for the people.
Damn, your boat was going so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that looked like
speedboat.
it's like, where's the engine on this
Good
thing?
lord.
I can't see it.
Wah.
I wonder, did it, what you know? Do you?
Oh!
Maybe I missed it. Do you pre-plan anything before the raid or no?
There was no pre-planning, no, but
No,
you
probably
can,
not.
You can recruit additional people, at least. You can get like more or less allies.
That's cool.
Before the assaults or before the raids?
Can I
Before
get
the raid.
Can I get Nigel? Is that
Yeah,
possible?
this is a raid.
Didn't
A
find
Nigel descendant, dude.
Yeah, there you go. That's good.
Or ancestor.
Yeah.
Before
And
the
are
assault,
these
I think
are
it
these
actually
tied to
works.
like influence, like control of like certain parts of the region, or?
It's
I didn't
probably
see
like
that.
a
Is there a
base,
system
you
like
take
that?
over it kind of thing. Maybe unlock a quest after.
That
There's
guy
a
took
bunch
like an
of,
arrow to the face, a flaming arrow to the face, and still came at you.
That guy did not mind being on fire.
Those gold meters on the map up there, the radar.
So that is
Loot.
is what we call the
Loot?
inside. The
Icons.
inside is basically
Oh, okay.
And
interpretation of
usually those are
the,
just like an enemy
the
stronghold
vision
that
from
you can.
previous games.
Oh, okay.
We thought it was good to
Oh, here's this room.
It's basically
So is it easier than like in Odyssey to find the treasure and stuff? Is that what you're saying?
It'll highlight basically.
It's more defined. It's like,
Okay.
do you want to go for loot? Go for a gold item. Do you want to go for like more story stuff, side quests? Go for a blue icon. And then the white icons were like small little like puzzle stuff, like lesser side quests. So it's more
Okay.
like, yeah, more
How do
defined.
you not want to go for that giant yellow shining chest?
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
With on Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
That is a weapon.
where we have fewer weapons.
What game has the most
but you can
X's
invest
in it?
them more, so they become your
Oh man, you just broke that stained glass window.
Huber, I'm worried about, again, some of the coolest armor sets being tied behind microtransactions. Like the last couple, like the really unique sets.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are we looting
I hope they kind of dial back a little on that.
I agree.
Book of Knowledge.
They unlock skills for the players. So here you can see the Valkyrie dive that has just been unlocked.
Dive of the
We have
Valkyries.
these spread out throughout the world. So again, to promote exploration and discovery, as you travel through the world and you explore.
Yeah, the exploration
locations,
seemed
you can
really
find
fun.
these books
Nice.
that add
Like, it was
abilities
cool,
that you
just
can
hell
go
yeah.
running around,
and
exploring.
invest in, put into your loadout, then go into the different locations with the
Oh,
different.
it sounds like
quests
the
and
Hyperscape
use
beta
them
is up.
Depending on what your playstyle
Oh,
is.
cool.
Might have to have one of the other allies
Now
stream
we've
that. My
recaptured
computer will
this village,
buckle.
we've secured more
Pull
time
up.
for our assault.
Couldn't even
Let's
get
jump back into the
Devolverland
game and figure out
Expo
what we
going
wanna
great.
do with Ruin.
There was no
I would
mouthful
love
on
if
that horn.
Devolverland was like the new PC benchmark, where it's like,
Eh.
just upgraded my card.
Anglia has spared your life today.
Play Devolverland now.
Devolverland. Still a little choppy.
The RTX is so good I can feel the carpet.
I should rate the carpets in Devolverland. Oh my
You should.
god.
That's
Yeah,
a really good
that'd be
idea.
that'd be
Well,
a
yesterday I
crazy
joked that
update.
we'd need shoes with haptic feedback for you to do it
Oh
accurately.
yeah, yeah.
Ruid is really
I'd have to
angry
do. I
about
can't.
Being
That
Norse
couldn't be
Viking,
this week's
being
episode
put
though.
to
It'd have to be
death
next
in
week's.
battle Is your road to Valhalla. So he was basically.
Yeah, why does
denied
Sam Fisher
access to Valhalla
keep getting
in this
jobbed
situation.
out, guys?
Obviously,
Because he's a jobber now, dude.
Yeah, dude, he's a heel.
That's why. They haven't done anything with him.
For the player to make, we didn't want to have easy decisions.
Yeah, you know, when I was playing,
Mobile
I
game
decided
jobber.
to
What a
listen
sad
to all the
fate.
spare Ruin players, but
Jesus
what exactly
Christ.
is the relationship like between Eivor and Oswald?
I wonder if he's just like, I make more money than ever now. I have no
Oswald
complaints.
Is an alliance. It's basically.
Huber, am
Eivor is
I
surrounded
bad?
by
Like, am I a bad person?
territories,
Like, this
that
doesn't look very
initially
good to
coming
me.
into England are hostile
Visually?
towards her,
Or
and
just
Visually
overall?
or like
This looks
overall.
set up a
like-
new settlement.
I mean, Assassin's
Mechan-
Creed rarely innovates these days. They just
Yeah.
refine. From what I played, the combat was definitely a step up compared to Odyssey.
Okay.
Okay.
The stealth is still subpar to me. It's not that fun doing stealth in these games anymore.
You think
Well,
it's
I
part of
never
the
got to
open
do
stealth
nature?
kills now, right?
I never got to do the cloak stuff, so I'm so stoked that that's there. Like, I want to slowly stalk someone through a crowded city. So I didn't get to play that. So hopefully that stuff is really satisfying.
Yeah, the exploration stuff is what's most interesting to me. Like going around this world.
Right.
Yeah, that's been the best
Really
part
fun.
of Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed games for a
It
long
was
time.
super fun exploring.
See what we can get into in the open world.
I really liked
That
it.
sounds great.
The side quests are more varied, I feel like.
You can talk to the cat.
Oh my god.
What a
Talk to
handsome
this
cat.
Best believe
Wait,
if you
what?
let me talk to a cat, I'm gonna talk to a cat.
Yeah, the side quest being better would be nice.
Yes.
For sure. That
actually in the game where we
that
put
would be
in-
nice.
put out a
Yeah.
whole
Oh,
bunch of
pig
events throughout the
poop.
territory.
Can I protect the cat?
And it sort of rewards again exploration, going around. It's a chance for us also to sort of showcase a different side of Eivor. A lot of the quests sort of deal more with like politics
Chips,
and
cats, or
warfare,
good luck.
and this shows a slightly more human nature to her. So it
Do you think
permits
that
us to explore that
who is
character
that
a
person
little bit
working on Watch Dogs? Think they also put a boat of cats in here?
Every boat is filled with
Every-
cats.
there's-
Yeah.
They did say that they put one in one of the Assassin's Creeds.
Yeah.
And Unity, yeah.
Yeah.
As a cat raider.
Cat Raider. All right. I hope this spins off into a new genre of games.
On my longship.
Please make a cat
Dude.
raiding game.
What is going on in the water?
Yes, I love it.
Oh,
Yes!
So yeah, as you're riding around
So
the
hype.
rivers of England, you would see a cat basically walking around your
Oh
longship,
my
Cool.
God.
keeping your Viking
Yes.
raiders.
You could like recruit people for your boat, right? In Odyssey.
Yep.
Can you change the camera angles like that on the boat to get that perspective?
Yeah, like
Where you're just
zoomed
like
out.
staring down your men?
on this project.
That I don't know.
That would be sick.
I think you probably can, Ben.
That
Wonder-
seems
I
similar
hope
to
so.
perspectives from the last couple games.
I
yeah.
wonder because it's just on a straight linear river, you can just say like autopilot and it just does those cool camera angles.
Yeah.
Just like that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, because I think you can do that with the horse. You can do like follow road. So it's
Yeah.
like
This looks
follow-
like it is that. Yeah. I think it gives you back control when you're within a certain
We added
range.
that into the game where you can basically
But you have the option to actually control it, right?
I would
Oh, I'm
guess.
sure you do.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's a loading thing and like, oh, we couldn't do it.
Follow river, yeah, there the button is on the bottom.
Unless
Oh,
we
yeah,
jump
yeah.
off the bridge and go and ambush the boat.
So I know past Assassin's Creed games allowed for songs and things like that to be sung on ships. Will Valhalla have
I was
a
wondering
similar
that.
version of that?
Yeah, so this is something we actually wanted the crew of your ship to become like your home away from home. So we added stories and songs into the ship. So basically, as the player is going around, you could decide to have your skull sort of sing a song for you as you
I've been
row
sailing
down
for a
the
while
river.
here, so I
But you
imagine
can also
you could just
decide,
control it
depending
the
on
whole time.
who the raiders are in your ship, to hear more about their lives. So
Recruiting
you can
all the
actually queue up
cats.
stories, and they'll give you a little
Dude,
bit
can you
more
have yes?
background
Can you
if
have a
want.
whole
So
ship
you
of
get to know
cats?
your sort of fighters as you're traveling around the world, which is a cool moment.
So here we're seeing a bit of a different view. What exactly are we looking at?
We had this on previous Assassins where you would
Oh!
ride
By the way, Ducks.
on your horse and you could pull out, have the horse sort of follow the track. We have a similar thing for the ship
Okay.
where you can put up your sails. It's cruise control for the ship, so you can pull back, take in the
Yeah.
scenery,
Well, that's
listen to some
pretty.
songs or some stories, and just take it all in.
So, speaking of Viking songs, we have an activity here that's not exactly
Can you recruit the
singing, but
dogs as
kind of
well,
related,
wolves?
right?
Yeah, so here what we have is what we call flighting.
I never got
which
to do
was an
this
activity
thing.
that Norse
I did a
people
drinking
partake in.
contest, but I didn't
They
do
would
the
like to have a battle of
Viking
wits
raps
and
they were hyping up.
sort of
Did you
poetry
win the drinking
where
contest?
Insults
Oh,
would
yeah.
be thrown
Okay.
back and
Oh,
forth.
yeah.
Can't confirm.
The idea was to
I'm
try
proud
to
of you,
have a
Hubert.
good insult,
Proud of you.
but also to have a good rhythm and a good rhyme in
Wait,
there.
it literally is a
it's
rap battle?
Basically a precursor.
That's
to
what they were hyping up, yeah.
Big bet, baby, all in.
Here's the silver. Now begin.
To all those whom I speak, they say Eivor's a clod.
What? There's an actual insult
Yeah,
battle
man.
in this?
Yeah.
So it's not a rap battle, but yeah, it's a.
How
Got it.
exactly
That's
do
like
you
the rapping
go about
robots.
being successful in one of these?
Yeah, Blood's gonna be a professional at this.
Yeah.
Behind a good flight was to choose the right insult, identifying the right
Say that
cadence.
again.
This is Life is Strange Before the Storm, right?
Yeah. Put downs.
This is fun. I don't know. This is jolly.
Interesting. Silent whispers all claim that you're terribly dense.
Oh, I
My
see. You
wit
can
is
rhyme.
immense.
Well, that's the point. You have to pick the right number of syllables in
Her
the
mouth did not
rhyme.
move during that, by the way.
Brandon's out.
It's work in progress. Is at the
This
top
actually
and in the
does
corner.
remind me a lot more of Jackbox than anything.
I think they need one more work in progress
So
on
now
the
that
screen.
we've proven our sharp tongue and wit,
Yeah, the
I
two
think
isn't
it's time
enough.
for a bit more relaxing activity. So we're fishing here.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's it.
There we go.
Fishing.
So
Now it's a real
we
RPG.
gave Eivor
Yeah.
a fishing
AoE
line
fishing.
God,
so
it's
you
so
can actually
framey.
throw out a line and go catch some fish. This is used basically to play into our new health loop where
There's
the
a giant
player
cloud
will
that's
lose
going
health
overhead
in
right
the
now.
world.
Yeah, I thought that was
and
like
it
a
doesn't
sense,
automatically
a
generate-
fish sense or
regenerate
something.
like
That
we
was
would
just
have
the
in
Maybe
glass.
it is
So you
actually,
have to
yeah.
go out and get some supplies. So
Nice.
you'll find mushrooms and some food that you can gather. But here, you can also catch some fish and consume that to regain some health.
So
We
they're
also
talking about like the
sometimes have
food
in
thing. You see in the
certain
bottom
quests,
left it
so
says
it's a good
one.
way to
It
sort
means you have
of,
like one
Yeah.
heal.
on the
Every time
side
you
of
pick
the-
up
of
food,
the
that
water
meter
and just, again, take it all
goes
in.
That's
up.
really interesting.
Okay.
Is
So it's
there a
interest-
maximum of that?
Yeah, so it's interesting in theory, Ben, but
So this is
in
what we
classic
call
video
one of our
game
offering altars.
style, you just
the
like
idea
find
is that
100
find these
everywhere you go.
Oh.
Bear down.
Oh.
So it's just like, okay, now
So
I
it
have
just
max
doesn't matter
berries.
at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was at least my initial.
I wonder
Here
if
what
that
you're seeing
scales
is
with
sort of like
difficulty
a
at all.
fancy version of it, where as you
Yeah,
do
one
your
more.
offering, you get
Oh, that is true,
interrupted
chat.
by
I could throw in another
some
work in
kids that
progress
basically
myself.
come and steal your
Yeah.
stuff.
Put like 6 or 7 more in there.
It should be
clear, not
hashtag work in progress.
Hashtag work in progress.
Sort of play in with some quests
Hashtag
and some
check a
moments.
look.
So it's our way to sort of dress up these
Only
moments
children
and
have green
make it all fit
footprints.
inside.
Hubert, did you see any hints of
Yeah, this
a
seemed
modern
really
day
sort of
storyline
unexpected
in
turn.
Oh
this?
yeah, good question.
Check a
Absolutely
look,
not.
yeah. I'll throw it
No.
in.
Absolutely.
I have a feeling
not.
if Huber
no.
saw it, they still wouldn't let him talk about it.
Yeah,
No, I
he's-
swear, nothing.
Give another
nothing.
dimension.
Because I remember
Even in the reviews, you usually can't really spoil any of that.
Ghost bunnies.
Viking or the politician.
No, no,
'cause you
no.
can imagine at
You
some
can't
point that
spoil the thing that
little girl,
doesn't
if you're
ever
always
really have a
telling
Yeah,
story.
that everyone wants to
character,
skip.
so it
Yeah.
lets you really go into the depth of who is Avar, what motivates her.
I have a feeling
how
this
she
is
can
this
interact
has
with the
been
world
the one that
outside
has the most
of,
potential to me with
warfare
the
and
modern day
politics.
storyline, where it's been left
Uh,
off, where the Viking
And it
saga
also
takes
showcases, like,
place
a
in the
different
timeline. It's like getting pretty close to Altair.
It's actually God of War boy right there.
You can really bring everything full circle with this Assassin's Creed game.
God of
I
War
wonder if
boy.
they
These
will.
are kids of East Anglia. They are
It
going
is,
through
though.
tough times
Yeah.
with
He
whatever
looks
Rude
like
has
him,
been
yeah.
doing to the territory. And so they're just here trying to survive and basically exploit the people
A lot of kids in the
that
game.
are there.
Ton of kids. Ton
Oh,
of
really?
quests with kids.
It
Yeah,
was
a
kind of
lot
nice
of
to
kids.
see that Eivor wasn't really necessarily upset at them for stealing, and you know, after you talk to them,
It's doing that weird thing when they like load in the model, their hair bounces.
Yeah, every time they're closed too.
Yep. You saw
Yeah.
that, yeah.
And then this is something we
Video
also
games
wanted
just
to do
aren't there yet,
obviously, if we were
Bloodworth.
doing an event, we do it in
Oh, I
course as well,
mean,
but we wanted
it may be fixed for
give a lot
final
of this
game. It's
agency
just, yeah, it's a funny
firsthand so
thing. It's really
they
This
distracting.
isn't a work in
sort of
progress.
shape
This is the
Eivor
final
a little
game
bit,
right here.
Who she is, so it represents them a little bit more, and they can role play that a little bit better. And again, it just gives her like a little bit more humanity in these moments.
Large walkers should do. Provide for small walkers.
Yeah, every cut is just like.
Here,
ugh.
large walker.
A necklace.
Yes, it's a St. Martin seal. You're welcome here anytime, large walker. You're
I'll
one
come
of us
back and
now.
do your
Visit us, okay?
Moogle Koopo
I
coin
will.
game after.
Take care now, small human walkers.
So I think AC.
Thought that was- I don't
veterans
know
might
why
be-
that was a
Whoa,
power
what's
line.
going on?
What is this
What
leaf
What
thing?
exactly is Eivor
Finding a
chasing
song?
down?
Oh, yeah.
classic.
Yeah, this is totally a black flag thing.
The Animus pages.
Running down one of our tattoo images. So this is challenging the player on free run abilities, but also for fans of the series, sort of pulling at their
So yeah, those are
heartstrings
the
for
white
some beloved
dots.
features.
They're like lesser involved,
we gonna
and then
be able
again,
to
blue is
tattoo
more
Eivor?
like story side
Yes,
quests.
by collecting these
Gold
tattoos, you
is
Oh, they're
blue.
tattoos.
back to your settlement, and then you can customize different body parts, having different tattoos everywhere. So again, another form of expression. And
The blue ones
sort
are
of to
pretty fun
represent that
because
whole
it's like you'll have to
culture.
find a key sometimes, or like a
Fizz,
salt
one of my
base. There'll be a
favorite
ton of
things when I was
enemies.
out there exploring East Anglia
Kinda
was
just, like,
coming upon a house or
go about it
building
any way
and
you want,
realizing that there was
sneak
a
in,
chest
go guns
inside,
blazing.
but that there was no easy way in.
Oh,
And in this
nunders.
case,
Looks like
I
a crawl
saw
space under
all the
there.
doors were
Oh, you go
closed, but I
above?
knew that because there was
No
a
easy
chest
way
there
in.
must have been some way to get inside.
Ooh.
So I went around the back.
That's cool.
Video
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Found a way in.
Yeah, when your arrow just sticking.
Caught onto that. You're pointing at something that we wanted to work on a
There's
lot.
there,
I like
mushrooms
that.
over
That's
there.
cool.
Yeah, it is
We
kind of a
wanted
cool way
the
to go about it.
exploration to make you feel smarter. So we played a lot with puzzle solving. So making sure that every
Love a
house
good
that you find
puzz.
I can attest to that
appeals
because
to you, draws
there
your
was a
attention, and then when you
fight that I
want
went
to
into.
come
It was
and
like the only
explore
time I
it,
died
it's
in the
not-
demo. I went
it's not
in
given to you. You still
through the
have to work
door.
for a little bit. So
Three
it'll
heavies
challenge
took
you
me
on your
out.
observation
So then I
skills,
kind of circled the perimeter,
logic,
and
just trying to
one
figure
of
out
the
how do I get
windows,
into
only
this.
one of
So
them,
play
you
a
could
lot with,
smash.
level
Right.
You
design,
go in
design
and then stealth a guy,
to
and it really
offer
made you fight a
to
lot
the
easier.
players that
Cool.
That's
you
cool.
can
It
basically
felt like
come
I
out of it,
was.
like, with a better
It felt
feeling of
rewarding finding that kind of
exploration,
stuff.
but you also get to see
It made you feel like an
more of the
assassin.
story behind
Yes.
these locations which we've crafted. So it gave us a little bit more time to sort of slow down the experience and tell a different version of a story.
Oof.
A poor
Sorry,
victim
Tom.
of someone's fury.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah, I
world
mean,
bosses.
speaking
This is
about
one of them.
exploration and just finding things out in the world, I was just wandering and came across this clearing
Recruit?
and found this kind of
Recruit.
Yeah, so this is one of our bigger events that we have.
That's a good
scattered
bit.
in the world. So as Eivor explores, she can find altars like this.
And blades, Ian.
By interacting with them
Bone
here, it's a
blades.
trap that's been set.
Bone Blades is ready.
Now, there's a bigger story behind all this. There's multiple steps to it later on. So this is one of the moments. It permits us to go into a slightly more mystical realm and play with a boss fight that has more magical abilities, if we will.
Did you fight this one?
And basically
Yep.
have this awesome boss fight.
Yeah, I thought it looked familiar, but I didn't see as much of it.
Whoa, what?
Whoa
And so
there.
here the abilities that you can see.
Yo, shadow
Oh, I like that
blades.
shadow attack
They did a
thing.
little cut there. That was odd.
Yeah.
What's happening is Eivor
Probably crashed.
in
In the interest of time.
Yeah.
Starts sort of hallucinating, seeing the world in a sort of different.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a Neo Dark Realm transition.
What lets us
Yeah.
go into the
The
realm of
legendary
the weird.
beasts in Odyssey were always pretty fun.
Yeah.
The big
That dog
ogres
for
and-
stuff like this.
Yeah, Medusa
Yeah, it feels
and
like it's
stuff.
tapping into some of the same stuff as Hellblade here.
What the?
She's out of stamina on the bottom.
Yeah, I was gonna say she was breathing hard.
Use some of the
Uh-oh.
food I saw. Whoa. Nice roll.
Only blades.
So we just saw.
Do you get her swords now?
You did, but you couldn't equip them. It was in my. I checked immediately. They were in my inventory
You'll get a little bit more
as an
backstory on
item.
who they are.
You gotta
so don't
decurse
spoil
them.
that too much.
Weird.
Something
Yeah.
that's like a
Yeah, see, like the way that she glows there, like kind of that blue green. That's what reminds me of Shadow Mortar.
Viridian. Blue green.
So we just had a really exciting, really intense boss battle. I think it's time for something a little bit more relaxing and calming now.
Oh yeah, we're stacking rocks.
Here it's all about
Dude,
Oh,
the shit is the
yeah,
best, guys. The shit is the best.
Here we have
It's like my
the
favorite
low
thing in this
moment
game.
of what we call building a cairn. So Eivor,
This
as
little
she explores
cairn
the world, will find
balancing
these
game?
meditative
Yeah.
areas where you have a
Okay,
pile
this
of
is
rocks
cool.
that you can just stack on on top of another using
Wait,
physics.
who's
What the
talking
hell?
here in this Uber? It was just them.
No, I don't know. Oh, a child? There's like a kid somewhere.
Taking in the sights.
Did they just say, "Whoa, I've never been so high"?
Yeah.
And
I think they might be memories.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
That
it's
is, yeah, that is the case.
Yeah, little baby Ivar.
whoops.
Oh.
Oh, in interest of time, we got it.
You can spend as much
It took
time
me.
as you
It took
want.
me a few minutes.
Oh, you hate to see
That one's too big for the so high in the
This is
can.
it. This is the group stream.
Right here.
Here it
The
is.
cool thing is that once you've built it and you decide to get out of it, it sort of stays there, and so that's yours, right? And until the moment where you come back
Yeah.
and build a new one. It's
Can I
sort
see
of
it,
cool
like,
that we were
hold?
able to
Hold B to validate.
Yeah, hold.
Validate it.
At this point,
Validate the cairns, dude.
We've met some children. We've broken into a house.
Yeah, there are
we've
kids
fought a boss,
everywhere.
we've built a
Mhm,
cairn.
lot of
I think
kids.
now it's finally time to go and head off to Oswald's wedding.
Yeah, so
Yeah, this is the last thing I did, it's
moment
the
all been
wedding.
building up to. By the moment
Why
you
are there
get into
pigs
the
everywhere?
territory, it's sort of like mentioned by Oswald that he's
Those are
going to,
Anglo-Saxons, Bloodworth.
get married
Livestock.
with his Dane lady. And so, as you go through the arc, that's sort of like the underlying thread. really
I'm
is
not
to
familiar
do
with the tradition of
turmoil
having
in
pigs
territory
running
and
outside of a
helping
pen
Oswald
before
sort
the
of,
wedding.
Get above that. And,
You can
and
sleep with a
show
ton of
you
people. I
who
was,
you are. And so
I imagine I was a
finally,
dude and
after
slept
going
with
through
another dude.
all of that arc,
Oh, fun.
finally get
That
these two
happened
together,
during
go
this
through
whole
their
wedding
wedding. You're
scenario.
invited to attend
What
the
a
ceremony.
natural, zesty
And then all
enterprise.
the activities and fun times that comes afterwards.
Yeah, as much as we've seen the brutal side of England, it's nice to see.
In my Odyssey
the joyous
playthrough, I
side
was
as well.
Cassandra, and I only slept with
Yeah,
like
and it's something we
the
really wanted to
huntress,
play on in
hunter lady.
Valhalla, where
It's like the only
being a
person.
Viking is not only about being a raider or a warrior. I mean, there's revelry, there's feasting, there's partying that goes, and like if someone
Drinking
Oh, here
on
it
the
is.
game.
Viking, and so here
Finish
this is
drinks
one of our
faster.
opportunities to sort of
Oh.
show what a sort of Viking gathering is. And
dun,
what's
dun,
cool here is
dun,
it's
dun,
a good alliance of
She's all
Norse
drunk.
culture with Saxon culture.
Oh, show the
sort
last
of
phase. It's so
smashing those
fun.
two things
Dang it.
together.
The last phase, you're like really wobbly, so then you have to like move the stick.
Humor. I wish
Drunk
that
archer-
was.
Is this drunk archery?
I wish that was them
Drunk archer.
chugging the beer actually instead of doing like sip, sip, sip,
Right?
sip, sip.
Eivor, yeah, here, you just get drunk
It
and shoot some arrows.
Seemed like the alcohol did not impede at all there.
The wolf.
Yeah, that was only
That's
the
why
first
she's
phase.
the best.
And ready yourself for the wedding race. The king and his bride against all. My king.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Is
shit.
the choice paying off because you let this guy
So
live?
here we see the decision I made.
Okay, I guess I'll kill him then later.
But then you get another choice. Watch this,
that's
dude.
the
It's
decision
crazy,
you
man. I
make,
feel like the choices are going to be
back.
really,
So,
really solid
as
this
we
time
said
around.
Before, all of your decisions have
King of
consequences,
sheep
and
fuckers.
This is a big one.
I challenge you. I accept.
You're basically presented with the option to sort of step in for Oswald,
Oh.
fight the fight.
I
for
let him fight his own
or
battle.
Yeah.
Go and
Did
fight
he
his own fight.
lose?
He
Yeah, you know,
won, and
personally,
then everyone was
Wow.
Fight
pumped.
myself because I thought Eivor is the type of person who likes to finish what she started.
Plank by plank, and a dead king cannot keep his
I didn't want to make the king look weak, dude.
Oswald, you
Made the right choice, you.
swine.
But I was nervous. I was like, is he gonna kill him?
Huber, when the king fights him, does he actually kill him, or is he still? Was that another choice?
How does this encounter with
They let him live again, I think, if I remember correctly. They let him, yeah, let him live.
Dude,
it's just him.
like you should have killed him before. He killed some random dude.
Yeah.
So he will start using
Fool me twice. Shame on you.
fairly.
Or maybe he maybe he runs away.
It's
That was really good footage again.
way faster. There's less strategy. He goes
Less strategy.
literally
Good,
swords
good.
blazing at you. And so this is a fight to the death.
Parry swing. Parry swing. Whoa.
Speech bubble popping up.
But a flesh wound.
This looks like your stuff just does so much damage. You're gonna win
But
anyway.
there's multiple outcomes to this scenario. You could have
You
let
have been
Oswald fight his
weighed.
own
You have
fight,
been measured.
and
You've been found
prove
wanting.
basically his station as the rightful leader. If you had eliminated Rued, obviously this would not have happened. It would have been a slightly more joyous occasion. But ultimately, in all scenarios, you still have an alliance with Oswald. He's proven to be the right leader for this territory, and to be a good ally for you.
I promised you an
Oh,
alliance.
there's payoffs.
Now
All
you
these
have it.
choices in really meaningful ways. It's like
day
so
I
much
will
of the game
make
hinges
you
on
an
that. I
alliance.
feel like.
Yeah,
I
they
really
have
hope
to be
there's
good.
a route you
So
can take
we're
where you
about to take off from the
end
wheel.
up teaming up with
People
Sam
decide
Fisher.
It's a good
And
idea to have a friend.
that it's really hard to
Yeah,
get
so
to.
Finner is probably one of the more recurring
It's the
characters
companion
in this
app
arc. You get to
only.
Yeah,
very
it's
He's
the
only in the
companion
character.
sort of used to
Won't
have
catch
a
me
Viking
outside of
life,
your phone.
Sort of misses it, and going through all these adventures together is sort of like lights that fire back, and so he's willing to join you in your raiders. So he's one of many raiders that you'll encounter in the game, and you can sort of recruit, bring back home, and then have them sort of join you on your adventures.
Dude, so I really like this character, but the choices I made, he stayed with Oswald. Now in this one, he's going with
So
the
again, it's a fun
character.
way to sort of
So that
discover
maybe
more
if
about
you
these
fight,
characters that you meet in
that you get Fenrir.
Together,
Together.
Finner.
I'll gather my things.
Well, folks, we've come to the end of our Assassin's Creed Valhalla playthrough. Fizz, thank you
Jump
so
into
much
some
for
hay.
joining us. When and where can people play it?
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will be out on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. It
Oof.
is coming to Xbox
Frames.
One, PlayStation 4, PC, and Stadia on November 17th.
I think that, I mean, depending how you read that, that is or is not a confirmation that the consoles will be out by November 17th.
All right.
Good.
Cool.
We tapping out.
Yeah, I think we're typing out for Hyperscape.
You could
Yeah,
play
you
this
could
right
literally
now.
go play it
Yeah,
right
I don't think
now,
you need to
yeah,
watch them
so-
play it. Yeah.
Or
For
you can watch
sure.
our previews.
Yeah, check it out.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
40,
you should go
45
watch
minutes worth of
these
Watch
LA's
Dogs and
previews.
Assassin's Creed put together.
Yeah, we talk a good deal about what I played for Assassin's Creed, so check that out.
Find out more.
And I've watched it like 3 times.
What'd you guys think of the press conference?
Watch Dogs Legion was really good. I think they
Yeah.
did a good job of showing off why that game is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think Watch Dogs Legion was the highlight for me, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too, I think.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's funny we get the Phil Spencer cameo every time.
Yeah.
But he didn't really say much. He was just like, "Hey, it's gonna have smart delivery and it's gonna look better on Series
Yeah.
X."
Once again, the leaks kind of spoil the overall thing, because if Far Cry 6
Yeah.
had been revealed there with Giancarlo, I would have been like, oh, whoa, that's cool, but we knew it was
The
coming, and then we didn't even see
Hmm.
we didn't
I
see gameplay
still-
because it's so far away.
Yeah, that's
think
the
we would've
thing.
been
I
that
was
hyped on it,
wondering.
though.
Yeah, I don't think we would have been that. Like when it was leaked, we were all like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah.
You know, even Giancarlo, we were all like, "Yeah,
I feel like one of you would have guessed it really quickly.
yeah."
It's been like, it's
Yeah,
obvious.
it definitely carries the same kind of aesthetic as past Far Cry games.
It feels like they need to evolve Far Cry somehow. To me,
Well, it's just strange because still like this, right? Like it's entirely focused on story, and I feel like that's not a strength of Far Cry.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
They
every-
think it is though. Like
I
that.
think
That
it is, yeah.
that auteur director guy who's just so funny to listen to. Like he thinks it's like this magnum opus when really it's just like
Well,
pretty
yeah.
run of the mill.
And you could cast a great guy and put a really interesting setup with him in the story. But if I like have 5 scenes with Giancarlo and a 40-hour shooter,
Right.
you know, it's like
Mhm.
it's not really going to affect that much. Even
Yep.
Troy was really good in Far Cry 4, but it's just like I've never like faced him. You know?
Yeah,
It's like,
stunt
he would just
casting.
call me and be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm still in the game." I'm like, "What's up, Tribeca? Okay, bye." Click.
Yeah.
Stunt casting in video games is always a little lackluster unless they're a real character. Like I mean, it remains to be seen with Keanu.
That's
in
what I was just thinking.
Cyberpunk, right?
Yep.
Well, it sounds like Keanu's in it a lot.
Yeah, they said
exactly.
he has like the
It's
second most
holding it
amount of
back,
dialogue or
so-
something in the game.
Yeah, 26,000 lines or some crazy thing.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
in your
boy.
head, so who knows?
I was so bad at this. Yeah, it's hard to get excited for Far Cry 6. Like I'm,
Yeah.
you know, I've loved that series since 4, so I'm down. So it's like on one hand I would confess that like the story has not done really terrific things since I first got into that series, but then like it's not gonna it's not gonna hinder my enjoyment of the game or
Sure,
my hype toward it. But that hype is not today, my friends.
Right.
I remember my brother and I loved Far Cry 1, and as soon as like random mutants showed up, he like, he's like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's funny though, because I feel like the best memory of Far Cry 5 is Ben coming across that Wolverine.
Yes, dude.
What? It like never got better for me than that moment.
Dude,
that was
that was
definitely the highlight of the entire game for me.
Yeah, those are the highlights
Yeah.
of those for me too. Like just dealing with weird situations randomly like that. Yeah. Yeah.
They said a lot of this presentation, a lot of production value. I saw someone mention it early in chat. This felt like the most E3 like presentation. Like this is like what
Sure.
it probably would have been
Yeah.
if E3 had happened. So
I think it would have had more in it. It was very there are very few things in it, but
that's my chief complaint. I mean, obviously Far Cry wasn't supposed to be known, but even if it went unknown, I don't think they had enough.
I mean, it was like
else in
3
here,
things,
and
right?
like there
Couple
wasn't a lot of
mobile
diversity in what they showed
Oh, yeah.
off. And like smaller projects. Also, the gods and monsters, like just nothing on that.
Right.
Hopefully
Like,
they'll
some
show that
games are
their
just like
next thing.
Yeah, they did say the caveat is they did say there would be another Ubisoft Forward this year. So maybe everyone's just doing like 2 things this year. Like here's our first one or initial offering,
Yeah.
and then we're waiting for something, and then later in the year we're gonna they're probably waiting for like the console dates to be announced, and like okay, now we can talk about everything else. It's like okay,
Well, and that makes total sense in a COVID scenario and a console
Right.
launch year. Like those 2 things combined, like yeah, what are they gonna do?
I think that's a very good point.
Back to Watch Dogs 3, because Brandon, you were wondering before if like how different and how many voice lines and how many everything
Yeah.
that they would do. They showed that thing that I thought was interesting that
Yes.
the one lady said like, oh, aim a little lower or whatever. Like I'm
Yeah.
sack or dead sack.
I'm not as
whatever.
bad as you think I am. And I did that mission
Right.
with a totally different guy.
But then the old lady said like
Right.
her little quip at the beginning was different, but then she said the exact same line, which I
Sure.
mean, obviously logically they're not going to write 80 different versions of every interaction, but it's like, it's a little more like the recent Cyberpunk reveal where it's like, no matter what beginning you pick, it's the same kind of, it funnels into the
Right.
same mission. It's like,
It's a style.
it's still
choice more than
realistic.
anything.
Yeah. Video games. Yeah. Which makes more sense to me. Kind of putting more into focus what Watch Dogs 3 will be like.
But I think it'll be I couldn't. It was interesting seeing that one cutscene in particular because I was like I couldn't really tell what cutscenes when my character that I was playing as would speak up. I'd be like, oh, is that one of those lines that gets written? And so it at least just had a nice flow for me that I wasn't constantly like, oh, there's a moment that gets mixed up. Like I was just like, these characters are great. Like I never really.
It looked, yeah. It
And
looked
I can
like
get
it-
caught doing that a lot, just really kind of thinking outside of the design and really like, how does this work?
Well, and
from a-
that's the
from a
nice thing
preview
with
standpoint.
all you need is like a little flavor text line for a different character to make it feel different. And yeah, so I think that's a nice way to do it.
And they have like 2 or 3 non-playable characters in your crew that are like always talking on missions. So
Oh.
like their stuff is
Got
going to
it,
be the
yeah.
thread that carries you through the whole thing.
For
and then you
sure.
just put a little little spice on it with whoever you decide to specifically.
Right. You
play
probably
as.
don't talk over much anyway, right?
From a gameplay point, I love that concept. I love the idea of recruiting everyone, going about missions in a different way when you recruit them. The only thing I'm worried about, which we talk about in the preview, is just not having a central lead. Because Marcus in Watch Dogs 2 is seriously one of my favorite open world game characters. I absolutely love Marcus. So I'm just worried that we're going to be missing out kind of on that connection and investment.
Well, I think more along the lines of like an RPG, right, where it's more of an ensemble. Like you have 6 or 7 characters you care about. Like that's my hope, is that it's more like a group dynamic.
Yeah, just recruit like a handful of people and focus on that. I can see that.
Well, I wonder how many you end up recruiting that are actually like active in the story.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I really want to happen, that I get so frustrated with in open world games, is it's like you can do anything, but you can do anything extremely well, where it's like any challenge that you run into. And I want the team composition to make things harder or more interesting in certain ways, where it's like, okay, like this is my team, but all of them are good or bad or something. Like I just want it to be more than just I am a god in this free open world and I can do anything all the time. Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of that, like voluntarily, again, where you can, like one person that I've told to Huber was just a transient, and so when you like hacked him, there was nothing to hack. It just identified him and said, yeah, he's been here for the last 2 hours asking for money, and like you can recruit that guy. So like he has no skills, he doesn't know drones, he doesn't have any specific weapons he brings in, but you might want to be like, I'm doing this guy for everything, like so you can challenge yourself, or like Huber and I were saying in a kind of a GTA 5 vibe, where like a lot of people were a little more psychotic when they switched over to Trevor. Like you might just have somebody who you rescued from being kidnapped, and so therefore when you have to rescue someone else, you're like, well, I'll take that guy because it'll be vengeance, where it's like that might not come up in gameplay, but you have your own lore connections between like, what characters might want to go on certain missions.
That's the stuff that really excites me about it. Yeah, is like if it really does pay off on the promise, and I'm skeptical, but like if it pays off on the promise that you really get to form your team and make those choices and stuff, like I was joking before, but like could you do all old ladies?
Totally. It just takes time. Like you can't you don't just like go up and talk to somebody and they join your team. Like there's oftentimes 1 or 2 or sometimes even 3 missions you have to do before they finally become
So it's like
playable.
Mass Effect 2 or something, like the personal missions.
A little bit.
Okay.
But they're not, it's nice because they aren't all like cookie cutter. Like some were quicker than that and some were longer. Like you never really know what you have to do until you like actively start tracking that person. But so that's kind of nice, is that you can commit to doing that, Ian. It will take a little time,
Sure, yeah.
You have to find the right person. Right? You got to just walk down the street and just like shop, just kind of like,
it looks cool.
Old ladies, where are you? Old ladies. Like,
there you are. The director of it is the one who said ludonarrative dissonance.
Oh, funny.
Director of Legion, yeah. He's the one who like made that a thing.
Really? Oh, like originally?
Yeah. He like coined the term.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Funny.
Yeah, that one looks really cool. Like legitimately, it looks really neat.
Like Clint Hawking, was you saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that short film was cool. I like.
Dude, love
normally
that
stuff like that, I'm like, all right, but this was like, oh yeah, this is cool.
So cool.
Actually, I don't know. I appreciate creative expression in these things. Like the dev logs get a little long sometimes, but it's nice to pay them honor as well.
Yeah, fewer games than I expected, but like we took a deep dive into all of them.
Yeah, it didn't feel like boring, really.
Yeah, I think we got more of that because they didn't have anyone to come out and dance on stage this time.
Right.
No Just Dance. Yeah.
Yeah, I expected
it was in the
pre-show.
Oh, yeah, they did Just Dance 2021 or 20, whatever our year on.
Damiani picking it up.
20,000.
Pretty sure it was 21.
There's something about like alternate like reality or alternate. I don't know. There's some hook to it.
Ooh, oh, really?
I wasn't fully paying attention though.
Just what I needed. More lore to get me into. Just Dance 2021.
Even Just Dance has got lore now.
I mean, if Just Dance really went off the deep end with lore,
it'd be kind of hype. Yeah, it'd be kind of sick. I would love, like, if I were a game dev and I got assigned, like I worked for a big company or whatever and was assigned some kind of big thing. I would definitely try to do that, like sneak like weird like sub lore into just dance or something.
Crazy, but it's so
Really
well
hard.
thought out.
Yeah.
And the messages are
Yeah, really hard to unlock. Like
Boats full of cats.
Boats full of cats.
Yeah, that was the highlight for me.
Cool.
Yeah, so we have some stuff coming up. I did notice in some comments as a reminder to us, the podcast going live today, right?
Oh crap.
Yeah, sorry. I just saw people in chat were like, hey,
I
the
thought about
podcast.
it, and then in the rush to get those
Sorry.
previews done, I forgot about it.
No, it's totally not your. No, I'm just giving you a nice reminder for that.
It became a busy weekend.
Yeah, it was really
It did,
busy.
did.
So I think they're actually over here too with Ubisoft. What do we got coming up? I'm looking here. Actually, this is funny. I'm taking a look at the Summer Games Fest schedule actually as well. Apparently, there's a Hideo Kojima special interview tomorrow with Jeff Keighley featuring Yoji
Probably the
Shinkawa.
Okay.
PC
For the PC version of Death Stranding.
Ultra wide monitor support, Ian. You're stoked.
Yo, really?
Yep.
Ah.
Straight up. It was
They
a
heard your
feature.
tries, Ian.
Yeah.
Ian is in.
if it's got cross save, there are a couple of 20-hour stretches of that game I don't need to redo.
Hey, good news, guys. You can pre-order Far Cry 6.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Let me go ahead and do that right now.
Yeah, get in there.
As far as I know, we are not doing anything this coming week with the Stadia Connect.
Yeah,
So-
we've marked it as a skip for now. I haven't heard anything.
The blood skip, baby.
That,
The blood skip.
Yeah, the blood
Woo!
skip.
I haven't heard anything about
That's fine.
anything that might
because-
change course on that yet. We might find out something tomorrow. We'll see.
That's fine because because after this week, next week we do got two more. We got the Day of the Devs Part 2, the July one on July 20th, and an Xbox Game Showcase on July 23rd.
Yeah.
That is the big one. We also have the
big one.
There's also the anime thing. Bandai Namco's
Right.
Day of Anime, which is at 4:00 in the afternoon on a Wednesday coming up. And I definitely want to
What's
check that
anime?
out.
What is that?
It's Bandai Namco's like most of their games are anime properties or anime like games. So it's basically their E3 event. They're just going to showcase their upcoming titles. So I think they'll be worth checking out. I just don't remember what the day is for that. If anyone in chat has
If Elden
that.
Ring showed up at that.
If Elden Ring shows up, they're like,
It's only Elden Ring.
It's a
got
pre-order
an anime-
bonus. There's an anime aesthetic skin for
It's got
everyone.
an anime aesthetic.
The
Optional
anime
filter. Yeah, optional shader that you could throw on there.
Yeah. Any other streams coming up on our schedule that we want to call out? For
Brad's in a few hours tonight.
Did
Oh,
do Animal
yeah.
Crossing yesterday. Sorry, doing it next
Back to
Saturday.
Zelda, baby.
Huber and I are keeping going with We Were Here Together tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And if anybody else wants to be on Discord and help us with puzzles, you're more than
Yeah,
welcome.
dude, we're stuck on that Carol one.
But yeah, that'll be really fun. Check out our group stream from last week. We started that. It was a really cool game.
Play Anime Live digital event on July 22nd. So that's right between the Xbox and Day of the Devs too. So that's perfect time for that.
Planime.
Yeah. It's 4 p.m. our time as well, so I'm happy. Not a terrible morning. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about
Tuesday, 7 a.m. Ghost of Tsushima review.
Oh,
Yeah.
big one.
Nice.
And the Iron Man VR and Curse of the Moon 2 reviews just went up yesterday or whatever too.
Yeah.
2 days ago for Curse of the Moon 2, but yes, they're up.
Yeah.
Pumping out
Watch them.
content.
Watch
Yeah,
them.
starting a new review today. So hopefully get that done this week.
So
Nice.
much content.
A lot of content. All right. Well, look forward to more content. From Easy Allies. Content. Hashtag check your content.
Damiani. A lot of content.
Content. This more content. I can't stop saying content now.
Get
You've broken me.
Really funny.
More cat
Yeah.
content.
A lot of content.
Check out our previews. Watch Dogs on Assassin's Creed. Deep dive.
We need a content
Yeah,
emote
check
now.
those
There's
please.
more content?
More
More
content.
content. Even more
How
content.
much content is too much content?
There
Oh
can
my
never be
God.
enough content. Are you content?
People are
with your
asking about stuff
content?
that we're not working on. So we haven't
Feed
hit
the
it.
beast.
However much it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good place to be. All right. I think we're done here. Yeah, we're done here.
Done.
Thank you everyone for watching, and yeah, stick around a few more hours if you want to check out Brad playing some more Zelda. Otherwise, we'll see you soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Take it easy. Bye.
Bye.